This has to be the most outrageous, absolutely nuts film of the year so far. It's a buddy comedy about two salesmen, Brad and Elijah, who are pitching a product, a new style of condom that will help sponsor the World Cup in Brazil. And after a visit to the final, all hell breaks loose. It's chaotic madness with a lot of heart. And Sacha Baron Cohen absolutely steals the show. His character Kurt is a cross between Chad Kroeger from Nickelback and Billy Idol, with the most outrageous accent. It is a easy watch in the best sense, and will have you laugh out louding all the way through the film. So the film starts off with Brad from sales, Mark Wahlberg's character, pitching the idea of this new condom to a massive boardroom full of high up officials, one of them being Santos, played by Benjamin Pratt. And also in attendance is Elijah, who designed the new product. And they are pitching their idea, and everyone in the room is thoroughly sort of involved and enjoying the pitch and are really on board with what they're selling. And as a way to celebrate the success of the pitch, Brad and Elijah decide to take out Santos, who sat at the head of the table, who was in charge of overseeing everything to do with the World Cup, decide to take them out on a night out, not knowing that Santos has been 9 years sober and hasn't had a touch of alcohol or drugs or anything for the past 9 years. And so they go to this nightclub, and Mark Wahlberg's character Brad and Elijah, played by Paul Walter Hauser, take him out and have a good time. And they at first don't force him to drink anything. They're just like, just take a whiff, that's all we need. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he takes a whiff, that was enough. And then the film just goes off the rails after that. And because of their night out, when Brad and Elijah return home back to America, they are fired from their company from the backlash and the negative press surrounding the night out, as it got publicized all around Brazil. And so they are fired because of this. And a few months later down the line, they totally forget that they were invited by Santos to go to the World Cup final. And they get a ticket and decide, right, okay, we're going to go. And so they meet up on the plane and they look at each other and like, oh, great, you're going to this as well then? All right. So they go to the World Cup final, and then after that, all hell breaks loose. And it's just pure carnage from then on. So like I said at the start of this video, the film is an easy watch, and in the best of ways. If you're feeling low, or if you're unwell, or if you're suffering or whatever, it really doesn't take a lot of mental power, and you can just watch this film for a piece of entertainment and with a lot of great comedy as well. And it really sort of picks you up, and it doesn't do anything too drastic or doesn't rewrite the rules of comedy in any way. It's just laugh out loud fun. And sometimes that's all you need. And it works on multiple levels. Mark Wahlberg and Paul Walter Hauser really do work very well together, and both their characters are vastly different. Paul Walter Hauser plays Elijah, who is very much a nerdy, sort of shy guy, whereas Brad, played by Mark Wahlberg, is more outgoing and adventurous. And that creates great character dynamics and really sets the tone of the piece early on as well, which you see when Paul Walter Hauser's character Elijah, he first pitches the idea of the new product, but because his sales technique is awful and is very sort of shy when it comes to presenting, they decide to get Brad on board. And Mark Wahlberg is generally really good at this sort of goofy comedy, and he's been doing that more and more lately. Yes, we know him as the action guy, but he's been doing this as well, which is a great variety and range that he has. What I thought was amazing about this film was the casting of Sacha Baron Cohen as the character Kurt. Like I said, he is a cross between Chad Kroeger from Nickelback and Billy Idol, and he plays a drug dealer who kidnaps them halfway through the film because they did him a huge favor because he was betting against Brazil and they made him a boatload of money. And in his kind of weird way, he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And he has like the most outrageous accent. And in this part of the film has one of the best scenes of the whole film where Brad and Elijah do karaoke and they harmonize, and it is the best scene out of the whole film. It is hilarious. And when you watch it, it's just, you're literally cackling in laughter. It is so great. And I've said this so many times, it is outrageous. That whole section of the film is just absolutely outrageous. It's great and doesn't feel out of place, although the scene afterwards does. You think to yourself, why is this scene in it? And they sort of go off on like a animal rights tangent, and they meet up with this group living in the jungle in the grounds of Kurt's compound, and they encounter these anti-poachers, and you're like, where the hell did this come from? And at least in my opinion, I just don't feel it fits in this film. I very much preferred like the outrageousness of how Brad and Elijah interact with all these different types of otherworldly people that they meet along the way, and it turns into this, and it's like, oh, just one bit that I just really didn't like out of the whole film. But other than that, like, the film works as a whole, and you really sort of care for the characters and they grow as well. Definitely go and watch this film. The beauty of it is it's on Amazon Video and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home. So, winner, winner. So, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what your favourite buddy comedy film of Mark Wahlberg's is, and also, is there a film that you watch when you're feeling low or if you're not feeling very well and is guaranteed to get you out of your funk and guaranteed to pick your spirits up? Let me know what that film is as well. But thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.